After a pretty interesting first game, moment we have now to the top right, the Protoss player in red. He's
Creator Prime.
Got this excellent aura around him. Great decision-making strategist. Playing against this guy who has one of the best hairstyles in the GSL, considered by many Koreans and foreigners alike. Down a game here, his ID is
Byun Prime.
Byun Prime. Here we have him, rocking the glasses. Yeah, let's see what he's up to this time. Creator on Daybreak. What is he gonna do? And of course, one thing that you have always to think about when you see these games is that those guys, they are teammates, and therefore they will have practiced with each other for their matches in the past. They know each other's style. We will see a lot of mind games here as well. So sometimes a few decisions that seem to be a little bit awkward will just be because they try to trick their opponent.
yes. That's actually a very good point. You know,
It always happens if you have teammates facing each other.
teammates facing each other is always it can make for a great story and a match, but it can also make for some awkward games. You know, some really unusual and weird strategies.
Exactly. Some timings and some things that nobody really would expect that don't really make sense, and then you talk to them after the games and you're like, hey, why did you do this? And they're like, oh well, I know that he expected this and that, so I just try to fool him a little bit.
This is really a good point. That's something that everyone should think about. Both players so far are looking like they want to go for one structure expanse, one gate into Nexus, one barracks into Command Center. Of course, Byun can be going gasless here.
Yeah, he already has the SCV on the low ground and is just waiting for the minerals to be accumulated. 400, and it is Command Center time. Yeah. CC after barracks, no gas as expected, whereas Creator to the top right now, still waiting for his minerals. He started the first Stalker and also, of course, his Warp Gate hack.
Yeah, Creator actually using all of his Chrono Boost on probes, so he's got that advanced probe count right now.
Yeah, there's no aggression coming for him. Sees the one SCV, not going to do anything about it. He knows that Stalker will be there in time. But he has to be careful because there's always the danger of getting eBay blocked.
Yeah, and I think we're going to see that 100% here. Probably any second now he will start it. Oh, decides not to though.
Yeah, moves back, and we have the probe now already moving down to the low ground to start this Nexus.
Byun is just going to hide on the high ground against the Zealot. He doesn't have to with this many Marines, but he decides to because he says, okay, this is the safer way, and my commander's on the high ground anyways.
Double CC for Byun. He waited for the 400 minerals once again. No gas just yet.
Yeah, this is a risky move by Byun, but one that will likely pay off depending on how Creator responds and how much he scouts.
This is a build that we've seen today already once when Hack was playing. And Hack used the same strategy on exactly this map. Got a huge lead against his opponent, against Finale. Right
now, with 3 gates going up for Creator, we're going to see him add his extra gases. There's the first one, of course, going down. He's going to add the Robo. But when you go double gate before Robo, you're safer against pressure, but since he's not facing that, it's not going to matter. It also means he's not going to have an observer to see that there's a command center on the high ground there. He's trying to force his way in here to get some scouting information, which is why a bunker is going down.
Those Stalkers could actually do a little bit of pressure up here as long as the bunker is ready. But there's so many Marines, they have to be really careful. But the big story, if you start with the 3 command centers for a Terran player and you get your attack a little bit later, is that if the Protoss isn't careful and gets his 3rd base too late, then he will be behind an economy. That's exactly what we've seen earlier when Hack was playing. He darted in with his Fire Forces, took down the 3rd, or forced to cancel the Protoss player's 3rd base, and then he just had such an incredible lead in the game that he could get upgrades. He was far ahead in the upgrade count, he got the better army, and that just showed. Yeah.
At this point, Creator he's very well aware that there's a command center going on. Otherwise, we would have seen something else by now. He's got a ton of chrono energy saved up. Starting to use it now on his probes only. But he wants to get that observer out to see, okay, are you teching? Is there a command center up there? How many command centers are up there? When do I take my 3rd base? Should I make a robotic support bay with forges, or should I actually try to expand off of gateways? On this map, the sky is the limit for Protoss as to how many builds they can do when they see something like this. So Creator just has to get the information and make a choice.
This is of course why the observer is now going to head down to the bottom left. And one of the questions is going to be if Byun is able to see the Observer and take it out. Kratos was known for a long time that he was the one Protoss player who would lose like 5, 6, 7 Observers in one game because he did not really pay too much attention to them. And the Terran player was always able to spot them. And SCV is able to sneak in without being attacked at all. Well, at least one up the high ground.
He wasn't able to see the forges, which is pretty important, but now the triple command center has been spotted. He will add the robotic support bay very likely here with the forges now.
Observer spots immediately what's going on. Byun not able to but that's the first one. Okay, so Observer kill count 1.
Yes, number 1.
That would actually be a great drinking game. Every single time Kratos loses an Observer, you have to take a shot.
That would be fun.
Don't do that at home, guys. You will end up wasted.
Yeah. Well, that's always fine. As long as you're
number 2.
Yep. See. You know, you have to set a cap for yourself when you play this game because otherwise you may die of alcohol poisoning. I'm not responsible for this. So your suggestion.
Yeah. Don't do it with vodka. No high percentage alcohol. You can do it with soju though. Soju doesn't count.
He goes third next for support bay, so he's going to have this lead over his opponent. That I like this choice because you can either go for a faster support bay to try to put pressure on someone who has less units, or you can take your Nexus because he has less units, so he can't put as much pressure. Oh, number 3.
Shot time, guys.
You guys didn't even have time to refill there.
Yeah, you have to prepare a little bit faster.
And here comes another one.
Number 4 is on its way. Will he see it though? Everyone at home is like, no!
It's just too true. It's just. He sees it with the watchtower. Systematically is going to go over there now.
This is a little bit the bane of Kratos' existence.
Oh, okay, he didn't quite see it this time. Well, Armory comes up so you can get the 2-2 upgrades. Same with the Twilight Council. With Chrono Boost, Creator is going to slightly pull ahead in upgrades, but not too much so. The Observers are going to stack up on top of each other. This is something he's known for.
Yep, just rally to 1 point on the map. But now we have this third base up for Kratos, which is so important because Ghost King, aka Byun, so we have the overlay, he has Ghost King. And another shot, guys. Another Observer just died. And the 5th one not in range just yet. But yeah, the harvester count is 60 to 55, and now the third for Byun has been put into position. So now he's starting to mine from this location, whereas we have +1/+1 nearly done for Byun now. Kratos heads straight into the second attack upgrade and also the armor upgrade, of course. But in regards to army supply, Byun is still ahead. So this is the time when Kratos has to be really careful at his third. The Terran player finds an opening and can stim in. Oh.
He decides not to. He doesn't have combat shields and there's a Colossus there.
Did he kill 5 or 4 so far? Actually,
5, I think.
I think another
that's
shot.
6.
Guys, once again, I would just want to say we are not responsible. If you end up wasted, it's not our fault.
Okay, it's 5. I'm looking at units lost here. 6 units lost, 550. That can only be 5 observers and a pro.
The Kratos drinking game is going on. Oh, he builds another one. Be ready. Fill your shot glasses, guys.
Oh, man. Cannon's going down at the third base as well right now, so he knows that he's in a slightly vulnerable position, but he's behind in army supply and in overall supply only because he's been committing so much to the tech. He's in Temple Archives, he's added these expensive Colossi into the mix, 2 of them already out, 3rd one on the way.
I'm just waiting for the scan. You know, it's not only that Kratos is the one Protoss that loses so many observers, at the same time he's facing Byun, who's known for picking off observers.
Yes, it's the worst combination possible for this game. Nice pylon spot here, but he's now supply blocked.
Exactly, this is a little bit tricky for him. +2/+2 has also been started for Byun, of course. And now we have Kratos again heading into the Templar Archive. You just want to have those double area of effect damage units. You want to have a High Templars with Storm, you want to have Colossi. And a 4th base now for Ghost King. Really, really tough macro game for both of them right now. We'll just see a little bit of poking, trying to find some openings by both players, and then both of them waiting until they have this maxed out army, this perfect army composition with a lot of production buildings to back it up. That's exactly what Kratos does right now. He throws down additional 6 gateways.
Yeah, that is a lot.
Yeah,
that really indicates he doesn't want to take a 4th base very soon. In total, with all the gates he has now, I think he actually has 12 gates now in total between the 3 bases. He can take a 4th soon if he wants to, but it looks more like he wants to attack with these 2-2 upgrades. Keep Byun on 3 while he takes his Nexus. Gonna try to pick off an Archon here, but he takes a swipe as well. He's gonna lose a Marauder or two. I think two. The Zealot runs again. Oh, there it is.
Yeah, charge in once more. Another Marine is cut in half.
Now the Observer in the middle of the map stays alive somehow.
Yeah, I don't know how he managed to do that.
Not too useful though at this point on the map.
Now he's on the move, guys, get ready.
Beware. The middle ground has been broken by Creator. He knows that at this point his army is just so fearsome. He wants to be the one who can channel through that center position.
You know, the cool thing for Creator is that with all these observers, yes, we joke a little bit about how he loses them, and he definitely could do a better job protecting his observers, but he always builds them and gets them into strategical positions in order to know exactly where Byun is. So many Terran players lost a third base, Protoss players lost the third base or had a problem in their main base because the Terran player just stimmed in and took down the structure, but he always knows where the position is in this. And this map awareness is so important.
Yeah, we saw Genius lose a third base on Cloud Kingdom with his observers slightly out of position. Oh, this is a lot of Vikings in position, and Creator has no real retreat path. He's got to fight. He saves his Colossus just barely. He wants to force a cancel here to get out. No cancel.
Yeah, he got killed, so losing all these minerals. Ghosts out on the map. 4 additional ones are being killed. +3/+3. Not done for Creator. A great force field here. Trapping so many units.
So much hesitation from Byun.
And he moves back. He doesn't lose too many zealots. A great move here by Creator. Really, really well done.
Yeah. And I feel that Ghost King is trying to reproduce his units. He's got 4 more Ghosts on the way. He's going to put him up to 10. But even if he's the king of Ghosts, Ghosts can only do so much.
He's moving in, but look at this position. The Vikings are being taken down by
So
the
much
Stalkers.
patience by Creator. He doesn't hesitate when it's time to attack, and when it's time to be careful, that's when he's careful. When Command Center goes down, he's going to pull back.
Builds another next at the same time. Storm is being researched.
Yeah, he's got 3-3 versus just 2-2 for Byun. Storm is, as you said, coming out, but so is +1 Plasma Shields. He's going to fight here. A great position with the Colossus, but the EMPs come down, showing that he is Ghost King. Will it matter, though? I just don't think he has enough support for those for the Ghosts themselves.
He doesn't. All the Vikings are gone, and this is so much damage output. Creator still in the 30 supply lead. He's moving in once again. Here comes the rest of the Zealots, charging after all those bio units, and the Ghosts are dying one by one. He can be Ghost King all he wants. If there are no Ghosts, there's no King.
There's no King, indeed. He's more like a Prince or even a Squire at this point.
The rest of the Gateway units are now ready to do the damage. The 4th base for Creator is nearly ready, whereas Ghost King, aka Byun, just lost his 3rd base.
He can actually just go home here. He doesn't even have to fight Ghost King at this location, but he decides to. Zealots run in, rip through those Marauders though, and the upgrade advantage is just too much. +1 Plasma Shield's even about to finish. Byun is not going to be able to hold on here. Nice Blink Micro. He doesn't even need it. He's making 3 Archons at home right now. Another Colossus on the way. And look at this round of units walking across the map.
He has units everywhere. He's far ahead in the base count, of course, the better economy, and is now trying to end things. Using the feedback against the Ghosts, charging in with the Zealots, the Archons to back it up, and now even the SCVs have to be pulled. Not the best idea, but he's desperate right now. Against the Archons, he's trying to make it work somehow, but just look at the overall supply, guys. This game is over.
Yeah. He's got the Storms available later on as well. Another round of Zealots comes in. He just needs to blink the Stalkers back. Even if Byun somehow holds this miraculously, Creator could just wait at home, get 2 rounds of Warbands, and then go for another attack. But it looks like he's just going to walk across and kill him. With the 12 Gateway production he has, it's too much. Gotta wait for all the units to be together though, and now the Colossus joins in.
Byun is still in the game, but there's nothing that he can do. There's too much reinforcement streaming in.
GG. Creator takes a 2-0 victory here.
Mixed feelings, of course, for him. He's happy to reach the 3rd round of Code A, but at the same time, it's always a little bit sad if you have to walk over one of your teammates.
Byun, with a smile on his face, you know, knowing that even though he lost, his teammate will advance. He will have another shot in the up and downs. Byun is a great player, an absolute giant, actually, that people don't even respect him as well as he should be respected. But he lost to Creator, your WCS champion, the online king, TSL champion as well. How do you face someone like this, especially when you know him so well, but he's not playing like he normally always does? It's kind of a weird situation you have to face.
In the end, the Creator advances, and this will just show once again why he is currently one of the best protos that we have in Korea, and everyone kind of expects him to show up in Code S, but guys, that's not going to be easy. Even though he now reached the 3rd round of Code A, the next opponent is either going to be Alive or MC, and both of them are really tough opponents to face. So we are heading into another break, and then we will find out who Creator is going to face in the 3rd round of Code A. The next match is going to be Alive against MC. The winner is going to face Creator in the next round, so stay tuned, and then